So we've got to come in the right mindset. We've got mentor, coach. We've clarified on when results need to happen, and we're kind of aligning around that, managing our support network around that. Now what?
So there's a short term and a long term. I'm going to mention both and then come back to the first one.
Okay.
The short term is learn how to delegate and use your team effectively. The longer term is think the long game, because this is a marathon, it's not a sprint. And so on the back end, very quickly, make sure that you're thinking about balance, you're thinking about values, you're thinking about what this is all for you in the long term, because sometimes we burn two ends of the candle really quick in our quest for success. So we get really, really focused, and we kind of forget about the long end of things. But coming back to where I was before on the delegation side, you need to know what's appropriate for delegation. You need to know how to do it, where to do it, when to do it. And I talk about that, and I actually just posted something on Smart Brief as well, Smart Brief on leadership, to go deeper in that particular area. But the main thing I would say, Brandon, is don't be afraid to delegate. And not only don't be afraid to do it, make sure that you do it. Because so many folks need to do it and don't. And they think that it's because they can do it better than anyone else, or it takes time to train people, whatever their reasons are, and they're legitimate reasons. It's not like they're just making something up. But at the end of the day, you're one person, and expectations today for leaders are higher than ever before. And we need to be 1,000 places at once. And even with social media, and even with cloning, and even with whatever technologies, we can't be. So ultimately, if you want to bring your authentic self to as many places as possible, you need to be able to find techniques, whether it's John Maxwell's 10-80-10 rule, whether it's other, whether it's Ken Blanchard and his approaches in the 1 Minute Manager. However you approach it, it ultimately has to be where you have good people around you, and you're leaning on them, and you're using their expertise ultimately to allow you to advance all the things that have to happen so that your organization can really, grow and prosper.
Yeah.